Hey there, and welcome back. Today, we're going to dive deep into something really critical for every school.
Yeah, the school admission process. It's, how you welcome new families.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fundamental. But managing it well, that often comes with, well, some significant challenges. We hear about this a lot.
It can be pretty overwhelming for the staff involved, right? All that paperwork, the tracking.
Totally. So our goal today, drawing on what we've learned working with schools, is to unpack those pain points.
And explore how a dedicated solution, something like DreamClass, can really help streamline things.
Make it less of a headache, more efficient, for everyone, really, families included.
So maybe let's start with a typical picture. How do admissions often work now?
Well, usually it's kind of a two-step thing, isn't it? Students or parents fill out the forms, and then the school staff has to manually process everything that comes in.
Right. And you've got to ask yourself, is that manual way really the most efficient?
Does it feel like it saves time? Is it accurate? For a lot of schools, the answer seems to be probably not.
Yeah, that tracks. And there are some common hurdles. First off, just creating the forms.
Oh, yeah. Schools might embed something on their website or use tools like, Google Forms, maybe other builders.
Which are fine for, basic surveys, maybe. But for admissions, they often lack crucial features compared to specialized software.
Right. Like take Google Forms. It's not really built for easily adding your school's branding, your logo, to make it look professional.
No, and collecting enrollment payments online through the form, that's usually not straightforward either.
And maybe the biggest thing is it doesn't really help manage the submissions as part of a whole admission workflow. It's just a form tool.
That branding piece is important, though, isn't it? We see that first impressions matter. A polished form says something about the school.
It really does. And the payment thing, if you can't easily collect a fee with the application, it's harder to tell who's serious, right? Adds work later.
Definitely adds work. So, okay, the forms are one challenge. What about after they're submitted? Managing the actual applications.
Yeah. This is often where spreadsheets like Excel come in. And, well, things can get messy.
That's putting it mildly sometimes. Think about it. Are those applications automatically organized? Easy to find.
Not in Excel, typically.
Yeah.
You're manually saving files, sorting rows. It takes so much time.
And it's so easy to make mistakes. A typo, accidentally deleting something.
It happens. And then your master spreadsheet just grows and grows. You've got personal details, family info, academic history, maybe class choices, all crammed together.
It becomes this massive sheet that's just a nightmare to sort through or review properly.
Plus, the data itself isn't always clean. People format things differently, so someone has to manually clean it up.
Exactly. And the bottom line is Excel just wasn't designed for admissions. You can try workarounds, but it's fundamentally inefficient for this specific complex process.
Okay, so the problems are clear. Generic forms, spreadsheet chaos. How does something designed for this, like DreamClass, tackle these issues?
Well, the whole idea behind software like DreamClass is to cut down on the delays, the errors, and just the sheer amount of manual grind.
So, thinking about form creation first, how does it help there?
You can prepare your admission forms in advance, looking professional with your school's branding.
And you can create different forms for different needs, like, say, for middle school versus high school transfers.
Precisely. Or maybe a basic info form first, then another one later for course selections, that kind of flexibility.
And setting these up is quick.
Yeah. The idea is you can create custom forms pretty fast, maybe just seconds for a basic structure. You add the specific fields you need, academic background, previous schools, whatever.
So you gather all the necessary info up front, properly formatted. Less chasing down missing details later.
That's the goal, making sure the evaluation team has what they need from the start.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what about managing the submissions? Making it easy for families and staff.
Well, for families, you can create public forms. They don't need an account to apply initially, which lowers the barrier.
Okay. But what about returning families? Re-enrollment.
For them, you can use private forms. They might already be in the system, so it's much simpler. No need to create new accounts or fill in info the school already has.
That sounds like a time saver. And I heard something about registering multiple kids.
Yes, that's a big one. A guardian can often register multiple students in one go.
Oh, wow.
And the system automatically groups them under one family profile. No more separate entries you have to manually link.
That alone sounds huge compared to spreadsheets.
It really helps. Plus, you can often include contact details for, say, 2 guardians in one application. less follow-up for the admin team.
And does the staff know right away when someone applies?
You can set up email notifications. So yeah, the relevant person gets alerted immediately, helps with quick responses and managing the workload.
And then actually managing all those applications instead of endless scrolling in Excel.
You get tools for that, tagging applications like new, processing accepted, rejected,
Okay.
and then filtering and sorting becomes easy. Sort by date, by status, by program, whatever you need. It gives you much better visibility to prioritize.
Right, replacing all that manual sorting. And what about the payment issue we mentioned earlier?
Integrated payments are usually a key part. You can add payment links to those public forms or maybe associate specific fees with the private re-enrollment forms.
So you can validate that application seriousness right away, and the payment is tracked with the application.
Exactly. It smooths out that part of the process considerably. No separate invoicing step just for the application fee.
So the core difference really is, this kind of software is built specifically for school admissions.
Right. It's not a general tool you're trying to force fit. It provides a central, secure place for all the data.
And it automates a lot of the organization, offers tools for the specific things you need, like branding, tagging, family grouping, payments.
Features you just don't typically get or are very clunky to implement with generic tools like forms and spreadsheets.
Okay, let's connect this back to you, the school manager or administrator listening. How do these features actually help your team day to day?
Well, it boils down to outcomes, really. It means less manual work, freeing up your staff's valuable time for more important interactions.
Yeah, I could see that.
It usually shortens the decision-making time because all the information is organized and accessible.
Which families probably appreciate too.
Absolutely. It improves the whole experience for them. They see a smooth, professional process, and it's less stressful for your staff managing it all.
And this isn't just for huge schools, right? Even smaller schools can benefit.
Definitely. Reducing that administrative overhead, minimizing errors, improving accuracy that's valuable, whatever your size, especially if you have limited staff.
It's really about supporting your team and your community better, right from that first interaction.
That's a great way to put it.
So, to wrap things up, transforming your admission process, moving away from some of those older manual methods, it can have a really significant positive impact.
We'd really encourage you to think about whether this might be the year to streamline your school's admission process.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Consider the ripple effect.
Yeah, think about the cumulative impact that a smoother, more professional admission experience has. It's not just about efficiency right now.
It's about your school's reputation, isn't it?
Exactly.